one player on the T side that can really open up the middle. Obviously, something that a lot of teams in the past have found a lot of success with, just having one really powerful player like that. Electronic with the dually is off hunting already. Not scared at all, even though he's not got much backup here. Gonna get that one kill eventually, a little bit after the fact. Bit shows up, but yeah, a little bit late to the party, perhaps.
Potentially so. It seems like the lights are off and everyone's starting to leave. But you never know, you can always revitalize things. Bits with the snapshot onto device. Simple lurking around the rear as well with the dualies. 2 guns in his hands.
And no connections yet. This is a bit weird. Yeah, this has actually been some really upsetting kind of engagement so far for Astralis. They run into Perfecto, and he's going to get at least one there. 2 on 2 now at the end of it. But both Simple and Bit were almost impossible, I think, for Astralis to actually guess what was going on. That's just such a hard position to clear both of them. They're going to get the bomb down, so this is an all-out chaotic round that we're witnessing.
Yeah, it's flip-flopping. It's bouncing back and forth like a ball in a game of ping ball, and now this is where maybe you can normalize things just off the back of your raw skill. Bit picks up the dually. Simple switches to the USP, but it's not silent, it's bold, it's brash, and it's Zip trying to clutch onto things. Wants the 4K, and he's gonna get it with the Glock. Astralis for the pistol. That was anything but clean, that was scrappy.
It was a very, very messy round, but you know what, it was fun to watch, and for Astralis, after almost throwing it away, and I can't believe Simple didn't get any kills sneaking in, because once they realize Bit is taking down Device over at the A hallways, there's no reason for to check anything else. They know that they just found 2 in the A hole. There would never be a 3rd man on the bomb side, but there was. It was Simple, and he just didn't connect with any of the bullets, unfortunately.
Oh my. Chance for potentially a bit of stat padding, I was assuming, with the first Mac 10. Instead, though, look what Electronic's up to. He's got behind the Manders and he's been stabbed. That's not very knife.
He knew that there was someone behind him. He said, you know what? He's probably not going to come back through the smoke. I'll be fine. And he just wanted to take the fight straight up, and they got him stabbed in the back. So, okay, this is blameF. Getting some kills early on, including the knife. Wow, this could be a bizarre game if it keeps following this trend.
Yeah, if the gloves are off and everyone's put on the brass knuckles, then I am in for it. Perfecto, good right hook on him.
Well, yeah, sends Buzz to an early grave. Oh, oh my God, what a cannon. It's taken down Sip next. And we're right back to the madness. Perfecto and an MPL. Kind of lining up at the back. They've got the right idea. They know what's coming. blameF and Device on the other side. What a duo to be up against. Smoke goes up, but they want to try and see if they can challenge it. blameF will take them both down. They knew they were at a disadvantage. That's an ace, by the way, for blameF. Started in the middle with a triple, including a knife, and he ends it with a Mac 10.
I mean, there's nothing you can do but just look at the round, let your brain slowly digest it, and have a bit of a laugh, because it is mad. I hope we get to see that opening moment again. Here it is.
Yeah, so Electronic definitely knows.
Oh, it hurts.
It does. But mostly for NaVi. Some deagles are getting picked up now. Very curious. CT side. And they haven't really got close a couple of times, but that doesn't always translate into the rifle rounds. Oh, flash coming through. blameF, his read of the situation is sick. He knew what was coming, but they still traded evenly. It's MPL coming up with a double.
And you need to shut down Blame early on as well. I feel like he's a bit of a boulder on this map. As soon as he starts rolling, right, there's nothing you can do to stop him. And he loves those aggressive plays with CT, so if you can starve out the confidence early, it will help you. Here, though, it's all about trying to make some big plays with a pistol prowess.
They have got a smoke, but that's not what they need right now on the CT side. Oh, the timing is so awkward. Oh, man. If he just held it, he would have been probably fine, because they didn't have anything to flash their way back into that fight. Obviously, no kit either at the moment, so either way, this probably is a lost round to NaVi, but they could do some real damage here. Tapping the bomb quickly. Buzz not really buying it early on. He still goes down, and Simple now back on it. That's not quite how you do it. I don't think they have the time for it, even with the spam. I mean, they're not feeling that they're hitting the spam, but yeah, it's a little bit too close, and ultimately the bomb will consume everybody.
They all go down. Clean slate at the end of the round and a 3-0 for Astralis to start things off on the T side.
Not exactly a beautiful 3-0, though.
No, by no means.
And they have no money in the bank at all. It's so expensive to win those 3 rounds. From NaVi's point of view, this is kind of a success. I mean, if they would have had, I think, 1 or 2 more seconds, they would have defused that bomb.
Oh, yeah. That miss spam is just such a... It's one of those where it's like, if things were slightly different, the amount that's going to punish is... it's up there. It's up there. But we're back here into round 4. Early on, bit of aggression shown. Presence now coming out from NaVi with the weapons being donned.
Yeah, and they only really look outside of the B bomb side and decide they don't want to go there. Curious about that. Maybe they just wanted to check if someone was pushing up aggressively from the CT side, and when they see that no one's there, they just go and execute this. We know all these smokes. Going to be landing deep towards CT spawn and probably towards the exit of the donut position as well, so you have to imagine they're going to have a pretty good aggressive push towards the bomb side. I'm confused about whether they're executing it now, though. Yeah, there we go. Because that info you had outside of B is going to decay if you don't do anything.
Talking of decay, there could be some death in quick succession as Bit playing close to the angle. Buzz losing a ton of health as well. Set up now for Bit to start to pick his way through the pieces, but they eventually spot him. 1 frag. blameF in the back. Electronic! He's just swung in, Anders.
How did he even get there? Did he just run for the smoke? What a crazy turnaround. Almost hunting it down. Simple. Ooh. Not getting the headshot that he needed there on Sip, and he was running out of bullets on top of everything else. Now it's another 2-on-2. This is such a scrappy start for both teams. But if not for Electronic, I don't think NaVi even get close to getting in this round. Now, the bomb is being trafficked all the way back towards the B bomb site, and I think it's going to get there. I think just now Perfecto realized, and he's going to run knife out. He might just match the timing here. This is really, really hard for blameF to win. Yeah, they know everything. Oh, and they don't need more than a bullet. Perfecto getting the last one, and NaVi are on the board.
Finally. In with the first round. Like you've been saying, the game's been close the whole way through. None of this has been clean. That's what I like. I'm glad we're strapped in for what could be quite a messy series.
Yeah. The Counter-Strike equivalent of mud wrestling at this point in time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Electronic, he was deep in the mud there. Man was going hard in the paint.
It really was. Oh, my God. It's rare that we see so many rounds to begin with going the way that they are. But because of the fact that it's been so hard for Astralis, even the rounds they've won, they're already broke. They don't have money to really buy. They even got the bomb plants. They got the $800 bonus, and they still can't make it work.
Immediately as well, going to be using that timeout to at least slow down the pace of the game, give themselves a bit of breathing room to talk.
What are you doing right now, Jackie, with $800? If you had cash, you'd spend them right away.
You know what? There's always a quote that funnels through my mind whenever I'm in those sort of situations, and it's just, there's always cash for P250, man. Even with up and down with the balancing of the gun, I still rep it. I still feel like it's the smart play.
It is tempting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tempting just to buy it. It's so cheap, and the difference between that and a Glock is just...
Oh, yeah.
It's not even comparable.
Apart from if you've got burst fire on and you are just feeling it. Like, mate, honestly, if you just give it with burst fire, you're on a whole nother level.
Is that the difference? You have to believe in it. You have to really...
Oh, yeah. It's one of those where you have to announce, I'm going to frag too. I'm swinging.
Nice. I'm a huge fan. I think people need to do that more. You have to say when you're going to do something. Otherwise, it's not that much fun. Like, if you pick up a Deagle and you run to the A-bomb side of Mirage from the T-spawn, you just have to say it. Like, I'm going to... Don't worry, guys. I'll run in and shoot this guy in the head, and then we'll do it. And then...
You believe it. You invoke it. It becomes true.
That's how it works. Glad. We need it. That needs to be something that we'll start a little bit more, you know?
Mm-hmm. Visualize those frags, but vocalize those frags.
Yeah. Because it's still good if you get the kill even regardless, but you don't look nearly as cool.
Exactly. That's the most important part, right? You want your friends to notice.
Yeah, of course. Oh, wow. Well, this is easy cleanup for Bit. Oh, say that. Cursed him immediately. blameF will take him down, but they can't really easily accelerate behind it. And I don't think NaVi will care. They should be in a good position. Giving up the MP9 is not really a big deal.
No, just the one. It's only an issue if suddenly that MP9 starts chewing you to pieces, but although, to be fair, already we've proven in this game, it seems like anything we're saying is coming true. So maybe I've just cursed the round again. It's the double curse.
Possible. Is that how it works? Double negative, double, you can swing it around?
I think if you just keep stacking them, it flip-flops back and forth, right?
All right. Yeah, I can believe that. Only one with no head armor is Electronic, so the MP9 could be a little bit dangerous to him, although the flank, oh, Simple. He's going to be worried. They're trying to get on the other side, but Electronic is saying that's a hard no. Sip will finally take him down. He's alone back here with the M4, and about 18 seconds on the clock. I mean, you had to do something. He was going to get aggressed upon no matter what, so that's a very respectable round for NaVi. This one with 3 members, and Astralis are going to be back to buying.
Maybe
now,
the best of the bad situation.
What about $800, but in real life?
Ooh.
You spend them sort of quickly.
It's hard, that's the thing, right? It's a problem because it's one of those amounts of money where it feels like it's not enough to be a big sum of money, but it is enough where you're like, I don't want to waste this.
Yeah, you can't go super crazy.
No. Maybe some nice vintage clothes, Anders. Treat myself to a little shop, you know, retail therapy. Yeah.
Okay. Little shopping spree.
Yeah, or bank it, right?
Something you maybe would normally never, you know, you're like, oh, that's too much. I can't spend $200 on
one shirt. Yeah. Maybe this time I will. Who knows?
Okay.
No one can stop me.
3-2. Round number 6. Still feels like, from an economic point of view, both teams are not necessarily doing that great. And there's going to be a pop through the smoke. They're going to be really quick about it this time. A little bit of a change of pace from us. So actually not even a pop. They walked right through. This is incredibly bold. Yeah, I'm shocked that Perfecto's thinking about that. That's heads up play for Perfecto. He could have just as well walked straight into that and died.
That's what they were hoping for. He just gets absolutely annihilated on entry. Instead, the knock-on effect, of course, is only 3 players left on that T side. One of them out of commission as well. Blame lurking towards middle, hoping to shut the back door. But they're coming towards the front. They've got their fists. They're banging on it. And they're just being held at bay by the smoke.
Look at Simple checking if someone's rotating through A. He's so paranoid about that happening. And he's not wrong, but the problem is blameF is such a master at playing these late rounds that even if you check, he could still show up. And Simple, he's going to be mad, but it probably won't matter. Bomb is going to be defused on the other side, but it tells you something about how much they understand each other. I guarantee that's definitely Simple checking for blameF at the start. And if they would have stayed alive with the B-bombs a little while longer, then that flank from blameF is really sick. But it's 3 in a row for NaVi.
Yeah, great comeback, getting into the groove of the game now. Of course, all these rounds have been relatively tight, but we're starting to see, like you're saying, the fact that these two teams, they know each other in and out, right? This is a very, I suppose, choreographed game in the way that one wrong foot, one wrong twirl, suddenly that's when everything goes wrong.
Talk to me about the scoreboard. There's something absurd happening on the Astralis side. Got blameF at 11, Sip at 7, and that's it.
God. Yeah, the follow-on from that, Anders.
That's the first kill for glaive.
Well, at least he's in. Welcome to the scoreboard, and the Tech 9 clearly being no issue for him. Free upgrade onto the M4 as well. He's wandering in through middle. The angle is being watched by Perfecto, but the pressure's being applied on B, and this is where they're going to start to draw them off. MPL caught between 2 mines. The mine of Perfecto left all over the floor as the headshots are coming in, and they've grabbed that site.
Man, I would like to see that replay from MPL dying from his point of view there. Did he turn around to check if glaive had already made it to that corner? I don't think he could have. I feel like that was maybe a miscalculation. Either way, he's probably going to die. There was a lot of people on him. glaive also won the battle against Perfecto in the middle. So kind of glaive's round from having 0 kills to having 2, but really impactful kills. And like I was sort of hinting at, Device is at 2, Buzz is at 1. Yeah. So right now, really top-heavy on the Astralis side, but this is such an important round for them to win. Actually, especially playing the T side of this map. Well done. Did you make a prediction? Who do you think is going to be? It's a hard one to
It's really tight, right? Because it's obviously one of those where anything can happen on the day, anything can happen in the server. I suppose at this point, if I had to choose, I would still say I think NaVi come out on top, but I genuinely think this is a free map.
Yeah, likely.
Yeah, right.
I think I'll join you on that one. So here, maybe it's just confusion. It looked like he was checking for glaive. I don't think glaive could have made it there, but obviously easier for me to say in the moment. Now they're going to be put to the test once again, and they're going to have to spend some of that hard-earned money.
One of the things they'll invest into, of course, as well. The big green, Anders, the AWP coming back on the server.
Yeah, kind of a... I don't know. It's an interesting weapon to play around with on this map. There are so many positions that get smoked out immediately. It feels like very often you get to use it but only after the bomb has been planted. It's obviously an amazing threat, and it could be you're forcing the T's either way to use a bunch of the smokes, especially if you're somebody like Simple. But it can be hard to just kind of hold a position and feels like in the middle here. You know that there's going to be smokes everywhere, though. Nicely done from Electronic. Using that. And just getting the information that no one is in the middle is kind of important. And Sip playing that solo position. So many teams have this one player dedicated to playing outside of the B-bomb side on the T side. The rest of the team looks like they're setting up for a quick boost. Bit. How did he know that? Did he see it? He must have seen it.
Right? Because it looked like he was so switched on. He had an inkling. And this could be a weird one, actually. Bit, I mean, staying alive with 43 HP, call being made for the rotation. Still suspicious of B as well, with MPL holding the flank. But they're all there. It's a full frontal assault. And glaive. It looked like he was going to try and go for the swing round the back. Instead, his device through the smoke to open it up again.
3 on 5, and a quick save has been called. That's an interesting round to try and break down. It doesn't feel like really there's a lot going on. You just walk into sort of the mouth of the A-bomb side, you boost up, you get one of those early kills, and then the rest of the round is there from on out. And Sip is all the way on the other side. Again, it feels like some of these rounds, Astralis definitely, even if they don't want to attack the B-bomb side, they are super interested in knowing what's happening outside of B. They really want to make sure that NaVi aren't going to be pushing out there. Because I guess what could easily happen is if NaVi push out of the B-bomb side to check, and they don't find anyone, or they just get pushed back, they can go in the middle, and they're on a quick rotation to the A-bomb side. So, feels like that is what's happening at the moment.
Controlling the information as well in a game like this, where everyone's so switched on, is interesting. This is something we were talking about as well. The initial peak when they went out. It's the fact that he just seemed so ready for the boost, and the way it actually unfolded.
Yeah.
It's quite boggling.
It was, yeah, it was impressive. Ooh. If you did see it, he got better eyes than me. But yeah, 5-3. This is great. How do you like this idea for a game mode?
Okay.
Sauce 2.
Right. 2 condiments.
You play.
We've got mayo. We've got ketchup. Sauce.
Got mayo and exactly, and then they get shipped to your home address. At
and
the
we
end.
mix them together. Burger sauce.
Burger sauce. Don't say that. That sounds like a crime. All right, here we go. I'll bring it back up. We've got some good trades in favor of Astralis here. 3-1 in their favor. Holy buzz going down, and it's just a question of speed. Man, they're showing us a lot of different looks right now on the T side. So this is starting. In the beginning, it was kind of bad for Astralis. Now it looks much, much better. They've really found the kind of rhythm that they want to play in, and they're catching NaVi off guard. Yeah,
and that change of tempo, like you're saying, is really the exciting part, right? If we were saying it was more of a dance at first, now it's turning into a samba. The sweat's coming in. And for NaVi, it's when the pressure's going to be applied, right? You really want to try and make as much as you can on your CT side, especially with the meta in its current state. T side getting better and better. Teams having those large pickups.
What about a secondary form of matchmaking where you have to authenticate yourself using a passport or something like that?
Right.
But then the skins you play with, you lose to the enemy team.
Oh, so each time you lose everything. So it's all on the line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe it's like a pool where you have to like submit skins into it, and then you sort of play for those.
I've got 2 people in mind, Anders, we can bring on for this. I think if I speak to Henry and we get Sliggy, there's a whole concept we can run with this.
Nice.
Yeah. Easy game, we could call it.
The obvious problem is going to be the potential for people cheating. So you want to avoid that. But otherwise, I think it could work.
We'd know though. We'd have your passport. We'd send the boys around.
That's what I mean. Like, yeah, we'll find you.
Don't find us. We'll find you. Blame. He's looking to find more success towards middle, which has been so easy for him, right? Every time he walks out, it feels like he is this imposing force. Taking map control here, though, is glaive. Didn't expect the re-swing, but Blame certainly did.
Yeah, he's sharp in the middle. Missed opportunity there for Device, but Buzz is going to be a secondary player in the middle. And this is fine. Astralis will take it. Now, there's that push coming out of the B-bomb site finally, the one that Astralis has been worried about for a while. Sip, though, has crept past and is now into the B-bomb site. So this is an unbelievably obscure round from the point of view of Astralis. They're going to have a hard time figuring out what is going on. Because Sip is going to go and he's going to say, there's nobody here. If he calls the team back, that's a problem. But it looks like they've actually made the right choice. And Sip, he is going to be found by Electronic. So now it just gets even weirder. If they go back, Perfecto is surely going to kill them. All right. They get the boost. They're going a bit slowly now. NaVi will have confirmation, definitely, that this is going to be an A plant. And they're planning towards Donut. They had that one Molotov on blameF. If they can stop Simple and Electronic, the Molotov here on blameF is going to be huge for the afterplant.
It's all ifs and buts, though. Can this man clap the cheeks? Not on the first, as Electronics will rip his face apart, and Perfecto comes in clean as well. Rough.
Yeah, very rough, but also kind of a lot of opportunity. If Sip wins that fight, on the other hand of things, it's probably very hard for NaVi to try and go for the retake at all. So, it's a very weird round. 6-4, and NaVi, they need it. They need this really badly. But yeah, heads up play for Electronic. All right. Yeah, more of Astralis starting to show up on the scoreboard. That's got to be good news. They're getting there a little bit. And the money is quite look good for them at the moment. So they're in an interesting position. Again, Sip playing this solo position outside of B. Not necessarily meant to conquer anything, but he's getting some good info. Last time they did this, it was to just launch an attack on the A bomb side. They're kind of leaning that way again.
NaVi. Will they again have those little cracks, little gaps for Astralis to push their way in? Rotation's already starting to develop as well. Electronic and Bit now bolstering the defense. The dynamic duo, can they deal some damage? Boost coming up again. Bit with the flick. There's the double. blameF, the only one to cause some trouble.
They've really been trying that boost quite a bit, and this time it was just too much. Two people kind of watching it. MPL looked like he was distracted momentarily. Maybe could have taken the fight otherwise. 3 versus 4. And there's about 50 seconds left. blameF is the one with the bomb, but he's all the way up against the back tunnel of that A bomb site. So don't necessarily know if it's going to be easy for him to find a bomb plant here. And I think Astralis have just decided to give a little bit of space here for NaVi to maybe expose themselves like that and make it a 3-on-3. It turns out, given that bit of rope to hang themselves, it's a really good idea.
It's worked perfectly. Electronic still trying to save this situation. The bomb needs to go down. 24 seconds. They tap it at first. Full commit coming through. Gap in the smoke, but there's no aggression. They've got a 3 versus 3 to work with. Spam out on the AWP shot first from Device. The rotation's nearly there.
Yeah, he's got the angle for it. He knows it. Ooh, NPL, good shot, and the boost falls flat as well. It's just Sip, but 2 of them are very low on health. He wanted to see if he could spray that all the way down, but it's not going to be working out. They have the kit, and they will get the round behind it. Some missed opportunities there for Astralis. They absolutely should have won that afterplant.
Damn. The amount of rounds we've seen on A that kind of end in this chaotic flurry of, I don't know, really the opposite of what you'd expect in a lot of these situations. It's intriguing. It's intriguing, Anders.
Yeah, it is. Man, it felt like there wasn't a plan for Astralis in the positions that they were in. It was more like a, let's just try and fight from where we are right now and see if it works out. But definitely could have been better, I think. Still, 6-5 scoreline. It's not the end of the world.
But it is the most dangerous scoreline.
Once again,
it rears its ugly head. 6-5.
We're back to it one more time. Not as good as 6-9, of course.
No.
But,
always a good one.
It feels like they... I don't want to say that this is necessarily a bad thing, but it's... Looking at the minimap, it started to feel a little bit more obvious what Astralis like to do on this map. I wonder if NaVi have figured it out, if they're going to get a sense of it. This time it feels like it starts with... Could be sort of almost like a little bit of a fake towards the A-bomb side. They might still end up there.
Taking their time with it as well. I mean, down to about 55 seconds on the clock now, and they've only just gotten out towards middle. Previously, we've seen a lot of that presence in the early rounds. You've got room to breathe. Utility still in the pockets as well. And that could be the key fact with how they're taking this. Out through mid, potentially into CT. Rotation from MPL, though, aware of what's going on.
Yeah, blameF and Glaive. If they keep going, I think they're going to be dead in this position. Should be very hard to break this one open. They will get the shot on Electronic, and There's the eventual collapse. Bit and MPL able to secure the situation, but on the other side, Astralis are kind of pushing in, but that distraction isn't really enough. I mean, if they would have got the bomb plant maybe at the exact same time, it would have been kind of worth it, but this is starting to feel a bit awkward. That is one hell of a shot. Such a gap device. What? He's going to keep on going. Walks right into Bit and sends him to an early grave. Simple and Perfecto are left, and they're in trouble. Perfecto not even close to being able to do this. He should, by all rights, be walking away. He's going to take one more kill with him, but it will be a 7th round here for Astralis.
Dude, if we can see that, the Kurt angle from Device, right? The pixel peak. Man must have been pixel sniffing Anders. There's no way he saw him before he smelt him. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. What kind of monitor do you need to make that work? Is the regular monitor even have enough pixels for you to actually see what's happening?
Maybe this is another brand deal that we can work on, right? We could come up with some sort of monitor that also incorporates the ability to smell and extra pixels. A new type of pixel.
16K monitor. Get all the pixels in there. Got that optical zoom going on.
You just zoom the entire monitor.
All right, so there's like a tiny little color change. Not even where he's really looking, but a little bit below. Nicely done. That's probably worth knowing, although probably quite hard to set up as well. 7-5. This is starting to look really impressive. I think Astralis have figured out a lot of what's happening here. Even if they lost some of the afterplants at the A-bomb site, they look very confident, and so does Device. Electronics tried that a couple of times where he just didn't see anyone, but Device absolutely well aware that that could happen.
And this is great for Astralis as well, because obviously, like you've been mentioning, the scoreboard, it's been very top-heavy. Device hadn't really had a chance to stretch his legs and prove why he's the man everyone always has their eyes on. Previous round, it's a good starter. Into this one, he gets the opening frac, still hungry for more as well, and hoping that MPL might give it to him. Man's got the famous. Can he make himself famous with the famous, Anders?
I don't trust this weapon at all, and especially not when you don't even get to fire it. Usually prerequisite for anything. And Simple and Bit, they don't have the money. I mean, as much as this is kind of awful, they're really broke again. Astralis are setting this one up and making absolutely sure there's no one hiding anywhere on the bomb side, which there definitely isn't. It's going to be 8 rounds for the Danes on the T side.
Get into danger territory with the scoreline. Need to stop the bleeding soon, ideally.
Quite far away from home, both these teams, in terms of this being sort of an Aztec kind of map. Not really anything to do with either the CIS region or Denmark, per se.
No.
We weren't building many periods in this part of the, this area of the world.
I mean, lovely vibes, though, of course. I imagine it's quite warm. Probably some exotic fruit. You could step out your comfort zone.
Poisonous animals.
One of them's called Glaive. Ooh. Injects the poison there straight from the poison gland, I believe is the technical term.
I think poisonous is if you bite them, you're in trouble. Venomous, I think, is if they bite you.
No, yeah, you are right, yeah.
So
that's true. But does that also work in the sense if you have those poisonous frogs that you touch, because that's just contact, right?
I think that would make them poisonous, I think. But I think the frogs are usually they're hallucinogenic, aren't they? It's different. Yeah. Different vibe altogether.
You get some of the tiny little blue ones, I believe, are the most dangerous. I read something about this a long time ago. I think Dinko once went and held one that had been de-venomed. So that was ideal.
De-venomed?
Yeah. It sucked it all out. Like
let's just agree not to touch the frogs at all.
Let's leave frogs alone.
Oh, God. That's actually a fair bit of damage. A lot of dinks going on, but no kills. Well, one of them really, but 9-5. NaVi, if they could win this last round, we'd landed the meme number. It's good.
We set the story. That's what I'm saying, right? We're planting these seeds.
Yeah, willing it into existence.
Yeah. We're letting the sunlight in.
Well, on the NaVi side of the scoreboard, I mean, it's pretty good. It's MPL, Perfecto, and Bit all at 10 kills. So it's not like they're not doing anything. They kind of got the kills to match Astralis. But they've let them get away with a lot in the opening half here. Way too much, in my opinion.
And for NaVi, if there was any point to try and clap back, this would be it. steal away an extra round, it makes it so much easier, man. Even just mentally, looking at the 9-6 versus the 10-5, right? You just feel like you're a little bit more in.
Perfecto, this is so dangerous with the FAMAS. He's going to be able to get one of them, but Buzz, quick on the return. Bomb is committed to it, so that's a bit awkward. It's going to allow NaVi to make a rotation feeling pretty comfortable. They're probably still going to be looking for blameF in the back, although this time he is with the rest of the team a little bit more. And the smoke up to pick up the bomb. Now, that's interesting. Glaive goes down next, and this is looking real good for NaVi to at least try and get that 6th round on the board.
Flash goes in. blameF and Device, the last two. Really would have to be something decisive here. Detonation on top of Electronic, though, and that will be felt. 28 HP left. Time starting to tick away somewhat. Blame up to his old tricks. Loves a bit of cave action. He's good at splunking. He's good at picking up frags here, and it's allowed him to rejoin with his teammate as well. So they're grouped up. Final 30 seconds. Bomb on the back. One flash to play with.
From such a good start towards the bomb site, and now starting to kind of fizzle out a little bit at the end here. MPL goes down, but the follow-up challenge is not quite there in Device. He just didn't really have the health to try and do this with. Not even about it being a 1 versus 3, but just the time and the health that's left. Some preemptive wallbangs, Electronic at the end, and a 9-6 scoreline in favor of Astralis for the first half. But NaVi, they better wake up.
Standing on my own, no kickstand. Big man with a big plan. When it come to getting money, you can bet I'm a big fan. It's all about that revenue. For every move you make, I'm 3 steps ahead of you. And I can promise you that you won't find a better dude. So remember 2 words that I said to you. Paint a picture, I make G. Smile for the bank, now say cheese. You want some money, better say please. And while I'm getting this, I'm getting rich. Big bills, big bank. Out here making big deals, doing big things. Making big moves, I got big rank. Just know that I'm getting rich. Big dough, big stacks. Out here doing big shows, that's a big fact. Making big calls, getting big racks. Just know that I'm getting rich. No doubt I'ma count it up. Ain't no need for rounding up. Climbing like a mountain up. Everything I'm mountain up. Turn 1 to 20, I turn a 20 to 50. Turn a 50 to 100, I turn 100 to plenty. Stack, 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 stack. I used to track. I be getting rich, money making Mitch. Got it counted and recounted so quick I forget. Never do I quit, working every shift. I'm addicted to this money cause I'm getting rich. Big bills, big bank. Out here making big deals, doing big things. Making big moves, I got big rank. Just know that I'm getting rich. Big dough, big stacks. Out here doing big shows, that's a big fact. Making big calls, getting big racks. Just know that I'm getting rich.
I don't need your drugs in my village. I got royal blood in my system. I come from a line of kings, I'm the chosen one. I'm the chosen one. I'm the chosen one. My stream of consciousness, I'm always on it. All of my 3 eyes walking wide open, just like a Cyclops, you know it. I am what I am, and that's everything you not. So when you bringing Timbs in my temple, you better rip them off, holy. You step in my presence, it's hollow ground, homie. Made of the lessons I learned and those who came before me. My life a R-rated movie, YouTube PG-13. Smash at the box office, baby, you straight to DVD. I really do have the keys, y'all boys still copper rentals. Ask me what I do for a living, my motivation mental. And we do it all for the fame, glory, and precious metals. Top of the stats and a fat back end for speaking on instrumental. Please catch a 50.
Making magic when they need it most.
And we return from the break into the second half. Still the first map here between Astralis and NaVi. Jackie, what do you think? You think you see a comeback here for NaVi on the T side of Ancient? Is that going to be a thing?
You know, I kind of want to say yes, right? It's one of those where you really want to believe, you want to think maybe there's a chance, but honestly, Anders, Astralis on the CT side, with blameF being as alive and kicking as he is, I feel like this is where things could really start to turn into a slippery slope.
I'm sort of questioning it myself. I mean, maybe if they start up with a bang and if they win the first conversion, like there could be something there, but it has to be really, really impressive. They've set up outside of the B bomb site. They have a Molotov, they have a smoke, they have some flashbangs, and they are not going to delay any further. All ready to fight. Device is going to be smoked off, and he just can't really see what he's actually even gunning for. Simple will stop the rotation from the middle. blameF is still there lurking. Device, good guesses, but no headshots allowed.
No clean connection. Simple's attention turned, but it's because Bit was down by the bottom, and he's able to hit Blame straight in the cranium. So, 3 CTs left alive. All of them about to walk into what effectively could be the abattoir, as the kills are coming in thick and fast. It will be NaVi with the opening pistol. So, all right, Anders, maybe that chance we spoke about is there. It's bubbling. You know, there's a bit of heat now. We're getting there.
That was very, very comprehensive round for NaVi. They had everything covered, so you like to see it. Not nearly as scrappy as the start of the first half. Yeah. Bit just covering where Simple was turning around.
The faith in each other in that moment, it's one of those where you're like, all right, fair play.
Yeah. We all wish we had teammates like that. Doesn't happen nearly enough.
It's when you get into that habit of you comm something and people just don't believe you, and you're like, I know you've had some bad calls in your life, but when I say he's low, I mean he's really low.
Got to get rid of those trust issues.
Yeah.
Although I feel like it's just a way to cope, you know. Like you're gonna call low even if you don't believe it. It just sounds like you didn't die for nothing, you know.
Yeah. I got my frag.
Yeah. At least I did some damage. Well, 3 Deagles, 157 and 1 Scout on the Astralis side. They've given up a fair bit of mid control to NaVi, and looks like NaVi want to use that. Circling around Bit, they're probably going to call Electronic back, and as long as they don't get shut down from the main entrance, these 3 players coming through the hallway, they're probably going to be fine.
Probably, but there is one man that could punish, and that's Buzz, because I feel like when he's got a gun in his hands that looks like a pistol, it sounds like a pistol, he's normally going to be able to hit some sickening shots. So we'll see if that works. Right now, he's walking around the back, holding off the information they had onto Bit as his team scurries away. They can hold on to what they've got, go for the whole rotation. He's seen the back. There's the first. Bit drop. That's a free gun.
Heads up play for Buzz. He knew that they were planting behind him, or that they at least were attacking the bomb site behind him. So he was sitting in the smoke for a long time, expecting for there to be another push by NaVi through that same position. And even when there wasn't, he went to look for the kill. So, you know, I can't really criticize that too much. It's just a Mac 10 that he picks up, but they were going to lose the round anyway, I think. So
anything's better than nothing, right?
And this is also, obviously, it's a calculated risk. Astralis, they did rotate towards the B bomb site, saying, if we lose the round, we'll just stay fighting in the next one. So, yeah, it's all good.
All the bells and whistles secure. The backpack's nicely full. You've got your reading material. Potentially a toothbrush.
Wow. You're ready to go camping?
I'm equipped. Bunsen burner. Got a special little propane can.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Anything else we need for this trip? Flashlight, maybe?
Flashlight's always good. Hand crankable, though. Hand crankable is the future, right?
Yeah. So you don't run out of battery in the middle of the night.
We are the battery, Anders.
What, like in the Matrix?
Yeah.
Man, we should do that. We should do that in between the EPL seasons. If we do like one of those survival shows where you know, the casters and analysts and all the rest of it have to go.
Oh, call it Castaways.
Exactly.
Right.
You get to bring a couple of things. You have to survive somewhere obscure.
I've always thought what we should do is send commentators to a theme park and make them commentate CS whilst being at the theme park. So like if you're on one of those rides that spin, the monitor is fixed, but you're spinning.
Okay.
You see where I'm going with this?
I could think of some very interesting results.
I think it would be literally innovative right down to the end of the spelling with a full stop.
Nice. I'm terrified of some of those rides, but you know, I'll do it we'll do it for the show. What have we got? Stolen Mac 10. And the follow-up pistols. This time they stacked the A-bomb side, and they're wrong again. That's unfortunate.
It is. It is.
Especially because now they probably should go fight for it. Because saving this into the next round, I mean, maybe the Deagles and the armor you could, but I feel like somebody like Device, I mean, he might as well be a little bit active with the Scout. Doesn't have any armor. Yeah, kind of some really, you know, almost the mirror opposite of what was happening at the start of the first half. Now we've got some very convincing rounds for NaVi. They're about to tie up the scoreline. Wow.
It's an odd game to have a 9-9 stance, obviously if NaVi go on to take the round. Because it just doesn't feel like that from watching it, I suppose. That's the weird thing. None of the pieces seem to be falling into place as you'd expect. Oh. Yeah, rough. I mean, that's the thing about being a glass cannon scout. A couple Mat 10 bullets, mate. You know, you're shattered all over the floor.
More glass than cannon, really.
Yeah, glass trebuchet?
Trebuchet. One of my favorite obscure pieces of medieval warfare thing. It's great.
You got to know your difference, because if you're ever out there at like a pub quiz and someone shows you a picture of a catapult and you say, "Oh, it's a trebuchet," you look like a fool. You look like an utter fool.
Gotta brush up on that.
Yeah, it's important. It's important.
Well, we're tied up. They are not going to be trying to keep any of the weapons. Straight into the M4s and the AWP. Full investment. All the money being poured into this one for Astralis. And NaVi, they're in a very healthy position for their money. They're going to keep 2 of the Galils and 1 of the Mac 10s. So interested to see if they can make a play around it. I mean, this could be one of those rounds where you want to try and set up a faster play or at least a contact style play behind it. Just to give that Mac 10 its its full effect.
Yeah, give it the extra oomph that it needs when you send it in like a Beyblade. Just let it rip straight through the sight.
Beyblade.
Yeah, man.
Classic reference.
Vintage, right? I had a metal Beyblade in school and it got taken away from me by the teacher. I never got it back.
You never got it back?
Never got it back. I'm pretty sure she just pinched it.
Do you think she still has it? Somewhere?
Maybe. It's just wrecking everyone on the on the Beyblade circuit. That's my Beyblade. What are you doing?
Metal Beyblade. It was too dangerous, though.
It
was,
no. Yeah. You'd lose a finger. That's actually how Freddy really lost their finger.
Yeah. It had nothing to do with bricklaying at all. That's rough. Never had any metal Beyblades, but a lot of time dealing magic cards.
Oh, yeah.
Still have a ton of them at home. for no real reason.
Just lots of land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All land. Well, Citizen Donut, they have a couple of Molotovs, and that's how they're traditionally used, but he is quick to jump. Oh, Buzz on top of the Molotov. He's somehow, well, he's finally going to go down there. Perfecto put him out of his misery. 3 on 3. We're down to about 27 seconds, so running out of time a little bit here. Bomb is being attempted, but blameF, he's got the right call. Gets the kill. 20 seconds still now, and Perfecto in a 1 versus 2. They never got the bomb planted. They had to stop because blameF was right on top of them. And now they're finally going to be able to punch those digits in. Perfecto on the other side. Not a bad person to have left here for NaVi. This would be a huge shock if they could win this round. This is how NaVi get back and actually try and win Ancient. They need this early on. There's the one. Device misses it, and Perfecto's back. Quad on him, and NaVi, they steal that first rifle round.
Oh my. There wasn't anything I could even get out. When I saw the first swing, you're looking at it and you're just like, oh, it's all going wrong. Mate. Oh, Anders.
That's
okay.
rough.
Okay, here we go. The game's back, everything's happening. Everyone tune in, everyone get ready, strap yourselves in, seatbelts are now needed.
As soon as you miss that shot with the AWP, you know you're in trouble. At that point, a metal Beyblade actually would be more efficient.
Oh, yeah. Gosh, that's a 5K.
Easy. Wonder if there's anyone's ever tried to build a human-sized Beyblade. I imagine that would be dangerous.
Yeah, I feel like that's... At what point have we stepped out of the realm of Beyblades and just invented basically like a little cyclone machine?
Oh, oof. I know at one point somebody wanted to build a car that had like a ceramic wheel, like a giant flywheel, like a super, super heavy. And if you just spin it up, you can obviously gear it in and out, so that it just drives the car with a massive momentum.
Propulsion off the.
Yeah, I mean, you obviously you can sort of switch it in and out of actually contacting the axle of the car to drive around with. But obviously the problem is And it's going to be spinning even when you're standing still. But the problem is if the car crashes and it sort of gets loose, then it is just a 400 kilo spinning ceramic wheel that's just going to like fly through buildings. But I still think it's very cool.
But yeah, I mean, it would be interesting breaking news if we've got Trace there just going, there is a car tire flying forever. We just have to, rebuild the earth around it, give it a lane to just keep going on.
Just try and get out of its way.
Yeah.
Don't try and stop it with yourself. It's not worth it.
Maybe you could just rugby tackle it.
With enough people, maybe.
Yeah, if we all rugby tackle the car tire, I think we solved it.
Still, might be worth looking into.
We'll write it down. We'll put it in the book.
11-9 is the scoreline. Now we are actually at a 2-round lead, and Bits, he looked like he had it very composed, even though that was a potentially very stressful position. Looked like he was just setting up for the 1 kill. Another half a second, I bet he would have had the second one too. But still, it's a 4-on-4 here. Bomb is all the way back in T-spawn, and NaVi have got themselves a lot of time to figure out where the rest of the Astralis players are.
It's a big kill as well, obviously shutting down Blame so early into the round. It feels like he hasn't really had a chance since coming off the T side to show any of the real impact he normally has on this portion of the map. And keeping him silenced is the dream for NaVi.
Oh, it definitely is. Don't want to be running into him on his A game. Look at this though, Glaive. That is another really nerdy angle coming out here. This time not for device, but Perfecto looking underneath the ferns, are they?
I think a fern, yeah. The foliage will cover all ground,
nice.
Right? There you go. Kept it clean, kept it consistent. And keeping our eyes on Zip potentially now. Final 40. Utility being thrown out from Perfecto, still trying to keep those confusing nades to keep them at bay on the back of the site, when in reality it's A, and Zip, he sees the true play now. Molotov, he can't peek, time starting to tick down on it, 24 seconds on the round as a whole. They've got the rotations cut off as well. It would have to be something absolutely monstrous to reopen this door.
Yeah, they need him to step it up because the bomb is about to get planted, and in a 4-on-4, Perfecto's actually in a position to flank them as well. Glaive goes down. They might not even be able to save here, Astralis. This is quite a dangerous position they're in. Sip setting up, trying to see if he can flash his way into it. He's got the right idea and a lot of damage, but simple. He was just meditating his way out of that pain. He just wasn't even moving, just waiting around for it. Electronic going to be a lot more accurate. Man, I had a fair bit of criticism I wanted to throw NaVi's way for this round, but they've done it just fine. There's not even any problem. I was concerned by the fact that, like you said, Perfecto was throwing nades into the B bomb site, but then they show up at the mouth of the A bomb site, and instead of going while Perfecto is actually successfully distracting them, they're sort of slowing it down to do the boost and everything. It's like, if you slow that down, no one is going to be buying that that potential B hit.
Yeah.
But it worked out anyway, so who am I? What a ridiculous shot.
That is absolutely gross, actually. Ooh.
12-9. What is happening to Astralis?
I don't know. It's all changed on the T side, man. The fact that they've literally just gone on now undefeated off the back of the second half swap.
Yeah.
Here's something that maybe could turn the tides. A little bit of a slowdown, of course. Tech pause coming in. We'll have this one resolved as soon as possible. But this game is delivering, at least. We're getting it.
Yeah, it is. A credit to NaVi for keeping their cool. I think that was a tough position to be in at the start of the second, just grinding their way back.
Yeah. I suppose a lot of that as well is really just going down to the raw gun skill. The difference that we saw, obviously, the first start of the game, you had Astralis sort of struggling to get to groove of things, not really hitting their shots, some of the players popping off, mostly blameF with all of the big guns. But yeah, 14 frags at the end of the half, so he's on 15 now, so it's only been 1 kill. You look at NaVi, the frag distribution, ironically, has everyone into it, apart from Simple at the bottom there. He's still had his impact, though.
Sure, he has, but it is a little bit less common. Just checked real quick over on the other stream. I think the scoreline is 13-10 in favor of Liquid. So against ATK, which I think that's going to be a bad sign for Liquid. Not to throw too much shade on ATK, but again, you want to see Liquid blow up a team like ATK. Yeah. We would have said the same thing about Rare Atom. So I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those weeks. I think a keyboard has been destroyed.
A keyboard's gone.
I don't know if it's in anger or if it's just a thing that happened.
Wow. You know, the weirdest one I had with a keyboard was actually I had a player who spilt a bowl of milk mid-best of 3 on his keyboard, and that delayed everything by about an hour. He had to go buy a new one.
Why did he have a bowl of milk?
Well, look, it's like if you're driving and you want to have some cereal, right? You just stop at the stoplight and then eat the cereal. It's kind of like that in CS. I guess in freeze time, you eat the cereal, but you got a bit overzealous and spilt it.
I think I'm on the outside with. I know. So Moses is obsessed with cereal for some reason. I've never really, not really a cereal person myself. So maybe I just don't. It's just something I can't recognize, you know.
Yeah, I feel you, I feel you. I'm also now seeing what you described previously as well, the 13-11 game that's going on the B stream. Oh, mate, this is not looking ideal at all for Team Liquid.
It's really not. 2-on-1, and you end up. This could be a rough turn of events. 12-13. It is the opening map, but still, Liquid. I don't know what it is that's causing this, but they're in an uncomfortable position as we're sorting out the keyboard issue. Hopefully getting right back on track. I think it was Glave's keyboard. I've lost the keyboard to spilling energy drinks into it. Yeah? That's happened to me, yeah. It was rough.
I think the most outrageous one I ever had was halfway through, like what was a UK qualifier. And my teammates there, literally about to walk into B site, had to kill one guy, defuse the bomb. We're thinking, great, you know, we're going to run away with this game. You hear echoing through his mic, his mother shouting, "Chicken nuggets, Sam! Chicken nuggets!" Suddenly, Sam is disconnected. His internet has been unplugged, and he has been taken downstairs to eat his chicken nuggets as a 23-year-old man.
So they actually just unplugged his internet?
She just ripped the cable out of the router.
Oh man, I actually thought that was like I've up until that point I thought it was secretly a happy story of Sam just being a good boy and just mum's calling.
I've got to go eat nuggets.
She's got those nuggets. It's understandable at that point, But obviously, if you're being forced to it, force-fed chicken nuggets, it's a bit rough.
Yeah, we lost the whole game as well because of it, Anders. The whole game.
Yeah, that's an upsetting story.
It still hurts. It still hurts.
Hope the nuggets were good. Were they homemade?
No. I think they were frozen. So it was it was all for naught.
That's not the way to go.
No.
You gotta get on that yourself,
Bread them.
Yeah, it's like a whole experience.
Yeah. The seasonings in.
There's a lot there. Like you could put a little bit of cheese in there too. Like you can make them a little bit interesting too. Like you don't have to just go, for the regular time. I'm just saying it's worth experimenting with. At least Glaive is back, and I can't tell if it's a new keyboard. I'm assuming it is.
I do wonder what happened. with the keyboard.
We may never find out.
No, it's been scrubbed from the history books. There was a bowl of milk somehow.
A bowl of milk involved. Well, whatever it takes. They're back into it. 12-9. And a little bit of a break from the action as Astralis are finding themselves in a weird position. They don't have the money. They haven't really got any momentum in the second half right now. NaVi have switched to the less favorite side, but they're not acting like it. They don't care.
I like this, though, at least. Signs of life with the double two-player push-up. Molotov from Electronic. They try and bait out the swing. Simple was ready for the set piece. Spam through the wall as well. Actually a tag as they go for the peek. Device grabs the first. Simple had to switch off onto the Glock. The Green Demon peeking in. And I told you the burst fire is sick, Anders.
You warned us. And he believed. You could tell he took a moment to take a little bit of a prayer, and he was just absolutely going to hit that shot. Sick. Production's telling me it's a keyboard cable that doesn't need a keyboard, just a cable.
Oh, the cable's gone. All right.
That'll happen too.
There you go. Cables. Keep them safe.
Don't twist them. I think that's the real crime. You can bend them a little bit, but the twisting really kills the cables, generally speaking. Buzz and blameF trying for what has to be a miracle retake if they can even get close to it. blameF is getting almost shut down. 22 health. Yes, just get away with the AK. It's not worth it to try this. And even that might be... Oh! He nearly jumped back and caught that grenade, didn't he?
Oh my.
That's another feature of Source 2. Spoilers.
Okay.
Yeah, you can pick up grenades and throw them back.
I've heard. Mid-air, like grab it.
Mid-air. Buy a tennis racket too on the other, so you just, you don't have to pick them up. Just.
We've replaced a fuse kits with tennis rackets. You can hit the nades back, but the timer doesn't reset on the hits. You have to be very quick about this.
You have to be super quick. It's not easy at all, but obviously very impressive.
That plus the bump mines that are coming in. The whole game's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be really interesting to see.
Yeah, it'll be a new Well, it's right. Trying to stay unrecognizable as they're losing the game. Don't want to be caught in public.
Known.
Could understand that.
That's actually another feature of Source 2, what you saw him wearing there, the sunglasses. You can buy those for $675.
You can't get flashed.
Nope, no flashes.
Incredible stuff. Yeah, that's worth it, no doubt. I wish I could wear sunglasses in the real world, but I have a ridiculously wide head. So,
Anders Widehead, they call him.
I don't know why. It is a problem.
It's a real issue. Can't buy hats.
I've tried to apply for like government grants and stuff like that to try and see if I could, if there's any way to help. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
But so far they haven't replied, so that's unfortunate.
Oh my. Well, maybe
it should be a recognized disability, of course.
Yeah, of course, man. Like it's a struggle. It's a struggle. They have tall clothes for like big people.
I know,
right? Like, where's our hats?
Exactly. Sunglasses, caps, and there's something like nothing's working on me. It's just a mess.
It's just not fair. It's just not fair. Device, though, I'm pretty sure he's going to offer a free surgery that would have allowed a hat to be placed on the head. Instead, it's just Bit being dead as Buzz will battle his way through him. And suddenly there's 4 NaVi members trying to teeter their way back around to grab the bomb and secure A.
All right. That was a very, very weird and scrappy fight going on. They had the right idea. Buzz, he was crouching in and pre-aiming it, but Perfecto, full-on Chad, just spinning around and taking him down. Not interested in any of that crawly, crab walk, anything. Perfecto now running over, hitting more headshots. He's absolutely demolished Astralis in this round. What an absurd performance.
Admin, he's doing it sideways. The guy's literally just leaping down and taking fights. Lay low like an animal in beast mode and then pounce.
He had that sideways bullet time jump from Max Payne, if you remember.
Literally just diving around the corner. Another addition to Source 2, of
bullet
course,
time.
Right? Yeah, we're bringing it back. You can dive around corners.
Yeah. Every headshot, you get a little bit more power up, and then you can unleash the bullet time when your power meter is full.
And that was it. On display there from
No
Perfecto.
question.
Like,
Oh, no.
fire's hot, Anders. He's burning his hands.
Candles. Jackie, scented or not?
Hopefully unscented, right? You want to keep them clean. You don't want any sort of impurity, I guess, whilst you're burning things.
Yeah, I don't know about the, chemical properties there. I feel like mostly they do give me a headache, the scented candles.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, right? It feels like you're in a small room, no windows open. You're like, I don't know about this. Everything smells of cherry. Like, I don't know where I am.
Definitely not cherry either.
No cherry candles.
The worst, the artificial flavors, I feel like. Like, artificial cherry tastes absolutely nothing like cherry.
Yeah.
Like, not even close. We're not even in the same universe. How's that happened? Have we all accepted it? Because artificial, strawberry, at least you kind of know.
They've got that down.
Yeah, you kind of know what you're getting. It's in the universe. You can say, all right, yeah, I see what you mean. But cherry's not even close.
No.
And we've all accepted it.
It's just so aggro. Cherry as an idea is very aggressive.
Yeah, but actual cherries from like a tree are nothing like that. So that may be another thing we could bring up.
We'll work on it. We'll see if we can
cherry lobby is
fruit,
too strong.
right?
Artificial flavoring.
We'll bring it back to basics. Only real cherries from this point forward.
That's I think we should be fighting for. 14-9. The Astralis have got 0 rounds in the second half. That's not the best way to go about things, although they are going to get the opening here, and with Device, timing could have been better. It's Perfecto as well. Nice to get him out of the round. 5 versus 3. Surely, Jackie, they cannot lose this round.
You'd hope so, and don't call me Shirley. Let's see where this can go then, as they do only have those 3 players you mentioned left. NPL's going to back off to grab the bomb. You've still got tons of time. You've got utility, but they've got a Device, and this man with a decisive angles wants to slave himself a slice and see if he can just cut through them with the orb. He's pushing up as well. The timing's good, simple, nearly showing a bit too much skin. He peeks in, and instantly Device hits the shot. Once more, though, he's never content, this guy. Got a big belly on him, and a damn mean shot as well. NPL goes flying, and Bit has to battle it back. One man versus the world.
Really cool to see Device back in action. Some of those shots, you could see they look very, very crisp, and that's what everyone's hoping for. It's still early days, of course, for him returning to this professional level, but man, you could see the glimmer of it right there. It's beautiful. Bit is running out of time, And all of his teammates are already dead, so this should be impossible. A bomb planting itself would be a miracle, and I think Astralis are playing around that same concept. A little bit aggressive there. They shouldn't give him any chances here. There's no point. Just wait until he actually shows up at the bomb site and tries to plant. That's pretty much it. 8 seconds now, and he's trying to make it difficult. Buzz will find him at the end, and it's finally around here at the second half.
There we go. All right. Again, another bit of proof for the fact that every time we mention something, it seems to come true, right? You said no rounds for Astralis. Suddenly they've got one.
Yeah. They just need a little bit more. Just a tiny bit.
Yeah. Just a few more. Give them a little bit more. Device was giving them a lot more.
I'm just... Obviously, someone who's sort of cast his way through the rise of Device... because obviously the thing that started Go, he was just the up-and-coming prospect, but he wasn't really necessarily there yet.
Yeah.
And him at Dupree is like a rifle duo way before anyone picked up the AWP. Something about him being back in Counter-Strike just feels right to me.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to explain. There are other players that have exited that I've come to peace with. I'm like, okay, I know I'm not going to see these players at a high level anymore, and that's okay. But I wasn't ready to give up on Device. I just emotionally couldn't do it yet. So I'm definitely excited for it.
It's good to have him back. He's trying to be back. Simple. Not actually connecting on the first, but at least goes back in for a cheeky second look and snipes out Buzz. So a 4 versus 4 to start things off. Aggression already bubbling.
Glaive, you could see that little camera. He is coming a lot in this position. Super, super worried. blameF is behind him, so he doesn't have to check anything. He just has to keep his eyes on this. It's so close, but now it's a lot more scary. I'm surprised that he actually had the nerve to pull out the Molotov in that position. That could have been really painful. 4-on-4. Sip is back at the B bomb site. blameF is still holding behind him, but I feel like Glaive is in such an exposed position at the moment.
It'll either be a masterclass, a piece of art, or it would just be him getting ripped to shreds. Instead, he falls back towards the site and try and play around Zip. And the comm is coming in as well. So the teammates rotating. The flashbang, pretty damn on point. Leaves him dazed and confused. Tucks into the left and can't abuse from that angle. Electronic sniffs him out. NaVi starting to come out and show us what they've got in store.
Molotov doesn't really do anything. It's on the wrong side of the pillar. Counter Molotov, though, will absolutely slow down this attempted retake for the Astralis side, and they kind of have to do it, although now it might be too late. Device is going to pick up 1 kill, but they need a lot more out of that, and he is now on his own, trying to see if he can snipe his way back into the round. A little bit of a bait jump there to try and pick up the shot from Simple on the other side, but creeping on, and he's in a lot of trouble here. Going to be walking straight into Electronic. A double kill for him and a double kill for Simple, and it's NaVi on 15 rounds. They've brought this game right back. I'm really impressed.
Yeah, this is a real change of pace from what we had at first. But the way it started, the way it was starting to look like Astralis, really, were having the stars align. They were happy, they were grooving into it. We have the little pause in the middle, the break of just all of their confidence at the half as well, where NaVi went on an absolute tear. And now you're staring at overtime at the best case scenario.
Yeah, that is the best they could do. How does that happen? From getting 9 rounds on your T side and just never picking it up. NaVi, I didn't even know. They were really looking super flat on their own CT side.
Yeah.
But this T side has been almost flawless. They've given up a single round. Perfecto's up there, 21 kills, 19 on Electronic, 18 on Bit. That's a crazy trio that's powering this NaVi train. Last chance now for Astralis to try and put a little bit of an end to this run. Maybe they could get to overtime. Simple's already taken a fair bit of damage, but they've also given up all of the mid-control to NaVi. That's a problem.
Someone known as Mr. Problem himself, though, at times can be Device, as he can leave you in utter peril if he's hitting his shots. And they could be coming his way. A couple of players teetering towards the entrance of A. And there's backup there. Oh, no.
He must have heard that drop down. Yeah, he is well aware. He knows there's a second player there because the boost was definitely on the other side. I don't know how, but the FAMAS comes out on top. Buzz with the killer Device. Perfect timing coming out of the donut. That's the bomb on the ground. And this is a round that I think NaVi will just... they'll just want it back because they actually had Bit all the way in the middle. They could have rotated around and hit that A bomb site.
What?
All right, he still got that one. Surely they can't win. There's a 2-on-4. Even if Sip and Buzz are a bit low on health, the bomb is on the ground and Buzz is on the radio, surely just calling it in, saying, please, I need somebody to show up and help me out.
Bit with the dink. It could be the difference between him being the main man in moments like this. Exposes himself to Buzz as well. And the final 30 seconds all falls down to Simple. Can he hurt this round back? He gets the backstab off, but instantly the Famous in the face. And that's the way they keep themselves in the game.
They look for a second like they were lining up for Simple.
I was
the last
terrified.
2 players there, but obviously he had the pistol out, so probably wouldn't have made a difference. Still money on the side of NaVi. And Astralis, kind of painful. You lose the round, but you lose 3 players in that one, so you're not going to have a lot of money really to work with. They will pick up an AK at least and the AWP on device. Yeah, scary stuff. They need 4 more. Now, I guess the upside really is, if they go on a little bit of a win streak here, some of those rounds could be less exciting for NaVi's point of view, just because they might end up running out of money. Round loss bonus is eventually going to start to build up for the T side. So yeah, everything matters right now, I think, for NaVi also in terms of getting bomb plants, securing, sort of like building up the extra $800 bonus, because you just want as many rifle rounds as you can get right now. 15-11.
Man, it's rough as well, looking at the buy. So Astralis with the Famous, the MP9, AK M4 and all. A little bit of gun game on display, but you've got to hit your shots. You've got to make a name.
Electronic right around the corner. Sips here. I think it was Glaive last time. A little bit of a jump, and he almost gives up his life. That is super risky. No grenades thrown or anything, just hoping for a device on point, and he's going to take down Simple.
Man, okay, device. That's what we were talking about, giving it, starting to get your groove on. And Astralis, it's got to be clean, it's got to be clinical, it's got to be Glaive. Shutting down things if they start to funnel themselves back towards this site. Bomb left down towards spawn. Split and pick sort of set up here from NaVi. And MPL. Will he be able to go hard on a cold night in a round like this?
What is Perfecto's role in this one? He doesn't have any nades he can throw on this side. He can obviously catch a rotation if it really comes to it. So if the bomb goes down, yeah, his role is going to be sick in this one, but he's right now serving no purpose in terms of actually helping out the team. So I guess that is it. They're just trusting to say, try and get the bomb plant down, and then we can maybe win the round based on Perfecto. He's making sure no one's sneaking this way, and I'm sure eventually... Oh, they're bringing it back. They're actually running the bomb back, even after they almost have the bomb site. With 20 seconds, now Perfecto is going to go and check if anyone is actually in B. This is a super crazy call for NaVi, but it could work.
Device needs to make a Project X play. Heads have got a roll. Not his own, though. Electronic. Sick and smooth as he abuses with the AK, and now the bomb is down, and Astralis getting lined up to be slain. blameF hits the DECK, and it's all on Buzz. The man's finished off. 16-11. They lock it down.
That's a very, very impressive call at the end. Very low on time, and if Device hits that shot instead, the bomb is on the ground and they might be in trouble. But well done. That's the first map over and out.